Well, good midday, good midday, good midday. This is the day the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. I just feel like cutting up today. That's all. It's so good and so wonderful to have each and every one of you. I hope you're enjoying the weather because there's some storms. What's that song? There's a storm out over the ocean and it's headed this old way. And if your soul's not anchored in Jesus, you will surely drift away. Hey, Kathy, how are you? And we're just grateful again for another day's journey, and we are glad about it. So we're just glad that you are here with us on today. Okay. And for that, we bless his holy and righteous name. Dancy, Wendy, Linda Arrington, good to have you here with us on this wonderful day. Minister Sarah Jenkins, bless your heart for being here. Thank you, 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 thank you. And just grateful to God. I'm telling you right now, you know, it's to the point that the Lord does so much that complaining just doesn't make any sense. Deborah Toomer, bless you for being. Tamika, good to have you here. Good midday to you as well. Cora, how you be? Praying that all is well with you. Minister Rhonda, praying that all is well with you as well. Okay. They gonna pull a tooth or something. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, Lavonda, thank you so much for being here with us on this day. Sun is shining. It's a glorious day. Chaplain Hearns, bless your heart. Glad that you are here. Glad that all is as well is. Because quiet as it's kept, things can get worse. And so we're just glad that um, God is doing what he knows how to do. Stephanie, good to have you. I want to remind you, don't forget about 6:30 tonight. We are just going to midweek worship. We're going to come together and delve down in and see what unsearchable truths can be developed from the nuggets of the Word of God. And so we're glad for you. Carolyn, glad that all is well with you and yours. And just thankful to God for you, one and all. Sister Thomas, how you coming along? I had planned on calling you this week just to check up on you to see how you were doing. And we pray that you're doing well. Okay, the ER meeting. Okay. Okay. Well, we're going to be praying for her. Unfortunately, rooms are rare. Rooms are rare. And when you, um, when you only have one hospital to service so many people, it does what it does. It is what it is. Sylvia Scott, good to see you. Okay. You'll be, are you sure? You sure, Kathy? You're going to be ready for midweek? Will midweek be ready for you? We're grateful to God. Grateful, 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 grateful to God for you one and all. Well, I'm going to get into the lesson. I just need to I need God to straighten me out. What do I mean by that? Thank you, Janice, for letting us know all is well. Why? Because I need every crooked moment in my life to be straightened out. And once it's straightened out, help me to not go crooked again. Ella May, how are you? Shirley Brumfield, I'll be calling you in a little bit. And, okay. Um, I'm so glad to hear that, Sister Thomas. I knew you would come through. I believe in you. I believe in the God in you. Okay. Darlene Madison, bless your heart for being here, because there's a way that seems right to man, but the end is always some level of destruction. Minister Faith Thornton, bless you for being here. Um, I don't know about anybody else, but I do have the ability to declare that wrong is right and crooked is straight. I know, and I'm the only person, Elder Carter, I'm the only person, Carolyn Richardson, I'm the only person like that. Denise Freisen, I have a proclivity, I have a tendency from time to time to convince myself that no matter how dead wrong I am, I'm still right. And so, in order for God, did I make you holler? What I have to learn to do is to Elder Clay, bless you, my friend. Oh God, I can't think of her name. Thank you for recommending her um, to watch the Snapshot. Y'all work together, and I'm just glad that we were able to be a blessing to her at that time. So I want to thank you, my friend, for doing that. Okay, Linda, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one who can justify slew foot crookedness. Elder Dorothy, yes, yes, yes. She's in my class, and so she told me that it was your suggestion. I appreciate you doing that, because your pastor is one of the most dynamic young men that I've ever seen in my life, and I'm just godly proud that you're a part of that ministry and what God is doing. Believe me. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. Yeah. Yes, my dad. That's one of the terminologies my daddy used to use, which is slew foot self. You yeah, let me stop. Let me stop. And in many of my decisions that I have made, that I have convinced myself, Gaither Blair, bless you for being here, and it's dead wrong. Now, it's one thing for you to not know it's wrong. It's another thing for you to know it's wrong and you still gonna do it anyway. And so I need God to do for me, Linda Brown, what many times, Tracy White, many times I don't want to do for myself. Sherry Lovelace, Cameron, I need God to guide me even when I don't want to be guided. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not unto your own understanding. And this is important. And the reason it's important is because it's not that you don't have intellect, it's not that you cannot make decisions, it's not that you don't have the independence of yourself to be able to do whatever you need to do. But every now and then, I do need to recognize that my intellectual capabilities and capacities do have limits. Jemison, bless you for being here, my friend. I am not, hey, Sonia Carter, I am not all knowing and all wise. Mm. Every now and then, some of the brightest moments in my life have led me down some of the darkest paths that I needed God to rescue me from. Lean not to your own understanding. If it's something you don't know, something you can't comprehend, Acknowledge it, okay? In all your ways. Now, somebody might say, wait a minute, Winnie, bless your heart. In all your ways. And let's go back to the thought processes. And I understand that we have some overwhelmingly intellectually astute people that are on here or will watch later. But even out of all of the intellect you have, there are some things you just don't know. And I know I'm not the brightest bulb in the package, but I'm not the dullest either. So what I'm trying to say is there is that tendency from time to time to move in a direction because it's just what I want to do. And at the time, you don't care anything about the consequences. At the time, you don't care about who it affects. At the time, you don't care anything about who may be hurt or crushed in it because it's just what I want to do. It's where I want to be. And even though I know because I've been convicted, I know I ain't had no business being there, but and trust in the Lord with all your heart. Remember what I said earlier? Anything that's got your heart has got everything about you. Your money, your allegiance, your faithfulness, anything that's got your heart. Thank you, Elder Clay. Anything, whether it's right or wrong, if it's got your heart, it's got everything you own. It's got everything that belongs to you. It owns you. And when it has your heart, no matter how many times you say, I ain't going to do it, I ain't going to be bothered, I ain't going to do it. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not unto your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge him. You must, okay? You must acknowledge, Rhonda Gilmer, you must acknowledge that every good and perfect gift comes from above. You must acknowledge that God did it for me. You have to acknowledge that if it hadn't been for the Lord, I wouldn't be where I am. I wouldn't have what I have. I wouldn't be going where I'm going. In all your ways, acknowledge him. Acknowledge his supremacy. Acknowledge his intellect. Acknowledge his love. Acknowledge everything, okay? And what will he do? He will make your path straight. Wait a second. Hey, Cecile, how are you? I gotta get us to get. Okay, maybe. Hey, Barbara, maybe y'all didn't really catch this. Straight path process does not begin until participation in the first three things that I talked about. It's a principle. In case y'all didn't know, it's a principle. You can't have directed paths when you ain't in love with him. And it's evident that you're not in love with him because if you're not in love with him, people see who you in love with. Yeah. You cannot ask God to order your steps and you don't love him when he orders them because some steps he order you may not want to step in, but because he loves you, he guides you. He will never ever ever never ever never ever 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 never ever ever never ever 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 never guide you into something that will hurt you or destroy you. This is how you will know, Gelada, that God is in it. If it has caught, now there's a difference in being punished and being tested. Oh. Let's tell the truth. Some of the decisions that I've made in my life have caused me great pain. When I began to follow the Lord with all of my heart, it brought me great challenge. And the reason it brought me great challenge is because I just liked being my own person. I was raised to be independent. I was raised not to depend on anybody, but to depend on myself. So when that's inculcated into you in the earlier times of your life, it is so difficult for you to negate that in your walk with God because every decision is yours and you own up to it. And then there are those of us, hey Herma, there are those of us that make bad decisions and it's still somebody else's fault. Boy, don't that sound for me? How you gonna blame somebody who ain't in office no more for the cataclysmic issues that you created, but it's not your fault? So you got to be careful in all your ways. Acknowledge him, then the path is straightened. I gotta go. Listen, I pray that this blessed you. I pray that this challenged you. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same station. And what we have to understand is God is a God of order. He will never violate his principles. He will never violate who he is. So if you want your path straight, check your love life. And the question is, who you really in love with? Because it's a dangerous thing to be in love with yourself and not in love with God. Listen, I got to go. Y'all take care. Be blessed. Love you with the love of Jesus, who is the Christ. May God bless you. May he keep you, is our prayer.